Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I'm Paolo Motta and I'm a music teacher and a musician. So I wanted to do a reaction on the new movie Soul made by Disney Pixar and tell you what has been my impression about this movie. So before we get started, if you want to follow me and you want to support the channel, please do so. You can just subscribe to the channel and hit the bell button so you get notified anytime there's a new video like this one. So I've watched the whole movie. I watched it pretty much one time through and a few other times. And I have to be honest, this movie, first of all, for the ones who don't know about this movie, it talks about music, a musician that is a music teacher as well, that, goes through some interesting events. First of all, we start off the movie with him teaching a music class, which is kind of, the usual music class that you see always, that I see every day, where we have kids that forget their instruments or forget the part that they have to play or don't go on time on the parts that they have to play. And so that's pretty funny because I found myself exactly in the same positions and I find myself in that position every single day of my life. So that was really crazy to see because I saw basically myself into that movie. And I'm pretty sure all other people that do this sort of job have felt the same way. So having said this, it has been quite interesting to see how Disney decided to do a movie about this because I think it has never done before. And this has been just great. And I've just loved every single bit of the movie from the start where we see this main protagonist, Joe Gardner, that, shows himself into this situation where he is into a class where he's, trying to teach and has the struggles that every teacher has every single day, whether it's a music teacher or a math teacher. And he gets asked from the principal to stay in that school forever. So that should be a great news for someone that's looking for a job. But of course, he's a musician. He wants to play music. He wants to be, making great concerts, making great jazz concerts. And so he's kind of, a little upset. And, that's kind of interesting because as a musician, I know that feeling. I know how it feels to have, shown in your life what, someone saying to you, you're going to be a teacher for the rest of your life. Now, let's try to, the myth, some truths, which is, for example, if you're a teacher, you can't be a musician. Well, that's not true because there's a lot of great musicians out there that they do they do teach on a daily basis as well. I mean, there's great jazz musicians that do that, great rock musicians. I mean, just any genre really. So this is something that, probably Disney decided to in some way emphasize because they wanted to, create some interesting story behind it. But I mean, the truth is probably 70% of trained musicians are music teacher as well, whether in one way or another. I mean, whether you're a school music teacher or you're a private music teacher, it really depends on where you're at in your life. So having said this, I mean, not that if someone tells me that I'm gonna get a full-time job as a music teacher, I'm gonna be upset. Actually, I'm gonna be pretty happy because I love teaching and I also love making music and making concerts and producing music because that's what I do. But you can't put both things together. So it's not true that if you're a music teacher you can't be a music producer, you can't be a musician, you can't do concerts. That's actually the complete opposite. So that's something that probably Disney wanted to create just to make an interesting story. But having said this, I kind of know I kind of understand the feeling of the main character because I mean he hasn't got like a specific role as a musician still, and he gets this role as a music teacher. So in some way he wants to fulfill himself as a musician first and then maybe become a music teacher. So and then he moves on into all these great things that happen. I don't want to spoil you anything, but the thing that I want to say that I've really enjoyed about this movie is how Disney created a very simple, simple life of a musician, which is not like a rock star or a, some kind of crazy guy, famous guy that he's a musician. He's a simple guy, and there's a lot of simple musicians out there that make amazing music, and that's just what Joe Gardner is a simple musician. He's a trained musician. He's been doing music for all his life, and that's what he loves about his life. Of course, he's looking for success. He's looking for, that career as a musician. But don't we all do that? Don't we all try to find career and success in all our daily jobs? I mean, anyone that has a certain specific job tries to have a good career, tries to have success in what he does. So basically, he's trying to put music on a normal level, on a level where everybody is at and everybody is comfortable understanding the feeling of, a normal worker in that sort of, job placement. And that is what is really great about this, movie. I think it really shows how music is really, really simple, and how, the best things of life are actually simple things. Because Joe Gardner is not, a famous guy. He is a musician, but he loves his life. He loves what he does, and he loves his music. Even though his music is played inside his apartment, just playing on his piano, that's something that makes him go like on another planet. And that's what happens to musicians as well. I mean, I play all the time, and when I'm at home, if I play at home, I just get, into this other dimension. That's what happens. Music, it's magical, and that's what's great about this movie. I think it just shows how magical is just life, and how you get life in a simple way. So it really helps us to show how many things you can do, just by, feeling the love that you have for everything you have. And, sometimes also just going to simple, small concert in your town, it can actually make a huge difference, in your life. And that's what happened to Joe Gardner. I mean, that's what he does. Like, he loves that sort of feeling. He loves that simple, simplistic life, but at the same time, it's the most amazing life ever. And I think that is probably what is great about this movie. It just shows how life can be just so simple yet so amazing. And the other thing that I want to say, Disney has done an amazing job choosing the soundtrack. Now, not only the soundtrack that is just put, under the movie, but also the moments where in the movie the main character is actually playing live, and they use some great modern jazz it just sounds so amazing. So guys, big thumbs up for this movie. If you haven't watched it, go and watch it. Definitely, as a musician, music teacher, I definitely suggest you watch it, because it has some great values, and I'm sure you'll love it. And also, I just loved how, even though Joe Gardner kind of hates a little bit being a music teacher, he actually realizes how important it is to be a music teacher when he has, that one student that is inspired by music. And that's what happens to all the music teachers, guys. I mean, we all hate when we get into the class and, someone lost their instrument, somebody, their cat ate their music score, so they can't play. But when you see that, that one student in a whole class just getting inspired by music, that's just the most amazing feeling you could ever get. It's probably even better than doing an amazing concert. I don't know, but it is pretty close. So guys, let me know what you think of the movie in the comments, and I hope to see you next time. Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell button if you want to see more of these videos. For the moment, I'm gonna say bye to you, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.